In this video, I'm going to show you how to pour beautiful tabletop epoxy on a table like this. It's a lot easier than you might think. Let's get started. So let me catch you up on where we are so far. This is the tabletop that we're pouring epoxy on. It's a black walnut cookie. We've already sanded it down to about 220 grit, but I didn't really want to show you that process just because sanding is kind of boring. One thing that I do want to make sure I point out very clearly though is that with any kind of epoxy pour, especially a tabletop, really just any kind of epoxy pour, you want to make sure that your work surface is both level and flat. So you don't want it to be leaning one way or the other, and you don't want to make sure that your work surface doesn't have any dips in it. That's actually why I have this really thick plywood beneath this entire work surface so that it's flat. And then I've also got it shimmed up so that it's perfectly level on both axes. Then what I have is I've got a silicone mold from Crafted Elements. This is not completely necessary. You can put down like plastic sheeting. However, I just want to make triply sure that I don't have any kind of epoxy ending up on my shop floor. And so obviously this silicone mold will take care of that. Then the last little kind of feature that I'm including in my setup is I use these little finishing triangles to raise the table up off the mold. This should kind of make sure that there aren't any spots where the epoxy settles around the edge of the table. All the excess should basically just drip off, but the table won't be sitting in that, if that makes sense. These are super cheap. All the stuff's linked down in the description, but you can pick these up for like $10 on Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that this is completely dust-free, wipe this off with a nice rag, and then I'm gonna mix up the epoxy, and we're gonna get to pour this thing. All right, so the product I'm using is Tabletop Epoxy. This is from Total Boat, and it's self-leveling, which is really, really nice. We're still gonna spread it around. I'll show you that in a second, but you don't have to worry about getting it perfect because it will self-level. This is a 1-to-1 epoxy ratio. So what I love to use for making sure I get my ratio dialed in perfectly, which is super important, I like to use these mixing cups right here, and you can obviously pick these up from Total Boat. I know you might say, I'm not gonna pay extra money for just a pail. I have something in my house I can mix up epoxy with. Trust me, you're not paying for the container itself. I mean, you are, but really what's so important is all of these different scales on the back, and they show you the perfect ratio for any type of epoxy, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 5-to-1, whatever. So I'm gonna be using this to measure and then pour my epoxy. Okay, up next, I'm just mixing this up. It's gonna start out probably a little bit cloudy. You wanna make sure you mix it plenty well, really until the epoxy kind of clears up. Total Boat also makes an epoxy stir that you can attach to a drill. It's super handy. It's so handy that I was using it for another epoxy project that was not in my shop, and I think I left it at the job site. So I'm just kind of using a clean, dust-free stir stick. Okay guys, I found another epoxy stirrer. Okay, we got it all mixed up, so now it's just time to pour it on our table. Even though this is self-leveling epoxy, I'm gonna be kind of working it around, and then I'm even gonna use this little epoxy scraper from Total Boat to make sure I try to get an even distribution of the epoxy. Okay, after you do the pour and you make sure everything is spread around, the next two things you wanna make sure you do for an application like this, make sure that you have plenty of coverage around all of your edges. It takes a while. It took me about 15 minutes just to work this epoxy around. I even had to mix up just a little bit more for a secondary pour to make sure I had good coverage on all of my edges. Then after that, I broke out my propane torch that I was keeping in the shop, and I just started working over this a good bit to pop bubbles. When you use a mixer like this, it's great because it's gonna mix the epoxy, but it can create a lot more small bubbles in your epoxy. So make sure to take the time to hit that with some heat to pop all those bubbles. I think the main mistake that people make in this step of the process is they just hit it with heat really quickly and then move on. As long as you're seeing little like bubbles come up and rise to the surface and pop, you need to keep working that heat gun. Now don't just keep it in one spot, keep it moving really quickly because you don't want to like burn the epoxy or burn the project, but keep popping those bubbles until this gets glossy. This got so glossy after I popped the bubbles that I'm showing you a video right here of where you can see the reflection of my lights up in my ceiling. It doesn't even really come through on camera very well, but like this is glass. This is so clear, which is awesome. This is gonna take about 5 to 7 days to cure. If you're like me and you just have a one room kind of garage shop, make sure you've got it climate controlled, or you're doing it at a time of year where the weather is mild, maybe like 60 to 70 degrees. Also make sure you're not doing anything in your shop while this is curing to kick up dust. The last thing you wanna do is get like some sanding dust or anything like that in your epoxy project. I always recommend that you put some kind of finish on the bottom of your table. Not so much because people are gonna be looking at the bottom of your table, but you don't want moisture entering one side of your slab and not the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal the bottom before we put the legs on. For this, I'm using Odie's oil, but there's a ton of different products you can use. I'm really just kind of using this because I have a little bit left in my shop. The last step is attaching the legs to the table. In case you're curious, I actually have no idea where these metal legs came from. They were given to me as a gift. However, I always recommend for metal or wood legs, Carolina Leg Co. I'll leave a link down in the description. I don't even get paid by telling you about them. I'm not getting any money when you use that link, but they make really high quality legs. So check that out if you're making a table for yourself. Wait, this thing is heavy. If you have any questions about this table or this epoxy pour, let me know down in the comments. I do my best to answer as many of those questions as I possibly can. If you want to take on a project like this, I've got links down in the description to all of the products I used. You can even save some money on Total Boat products, so check out that link for sure. If you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos. Hope to see you right over here.